Hello, everybody. This is Keith with the Farm to Table Direct Show. Everybody in the room, can you hear me?
Got it.
Chris, hi. You
Hey,
got it?
Chris.
Hi.
You talk about a last minute little get together here. We finally got ourselves in the room, didn't we? Anyway, uh, so we're getting together tonight for an update of the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. And of course, we got Chris Thompson in here with us, and we're going to give people a few minutes to kind of catch on that we're actually live right now.
Right.
And hopefully some of those people that we shouted out to will join us here. Uh, and of course, the objective tonight is to kind of get an update on it and maybe even find out what we've got to do, where we're at, see what we all need to do to push this event even better. And anyway, Chris, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. You been busy today?
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah, same here. I think we pushed right to the last minute.
Oh,
Ryan went to a town hall meeting.
yeah.
Um,
City council meeting thing and getting involved in that, and it went a little longer than I expected it to. That's for sure. But anyway, so
yeah, so
uh,
yeah, so anyway, we got a lot going on behind the scenes. We've already sent out a lot of letters, proposals to have a lot of those speakers on the show and interview them, kind of giving people a little bit of a tease about what to expect at the Okie Homestead or at the sorry about that, Chris, the
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. And
that's what happens when
uh,
you have too many conversations.
Right. And so there's been a lot of people who responded to us, and we basically got a full calendar from here till until the event
Oh yeah.
Oh,
already
that's
on
fun.
most of them. And so yeah, we're looking forward to doing that. Our first lineup is going to be Jack Dyer.
Okay.
Of course, he's going to be speaking on freeze dryer, freeze drying, and I know he's going to also be talking about processing chickens, I believe.
Yeah, I
Right.
believe
And
so.
yeah,
Yeah. When we first got the notes in, it was kind of funny. We had just the note said freeze drying or freeze dried and processing chickens. I'm like, well, are we processing freeze dried chickens, or is this
right.
thing?
Yeah, freeze dried and chicken processing.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, okay. So we got some people joining in here, and so anyway, well, I mean, I know busy. I mean, I see the changes and I see the constant updates, but uh,
Mhm.
how's things going on your end with what's going on so far?
Going good. A lot of interest still. Like I'm still getting daily asks for vendors. In fact, I think I have over 60. I want to say I have over 60 that I have um, sent stuff to.
Right.
Right now, is that 60 vendors? Uh,
Yeah.
has, has anybody reached out to you?
But
For the vendors?
Yeah,
Oh
any of
yeah,
the
like
vendors?
I've sent out, yeah, I've sent out 60 different I have confirmed 60, I think. That's what it is. Hold on. My spreadsheet's deciding it doesn't want to scroll.
Yeah, I think we've had that updated when I was looking on the vendors, and I don't remember seeing any, but maybe they've just not been transferred over to that spreadsheet. Are they in the spreadsheet, Chris?
Yeah, it's about the fourth link over, but I think my spreadsheet's jacked up. Hold on.
hey, listen, if technology doesn't work right, I mean, that's nothing new. Um, but
Um
yeah, I know I've been seeing quite a bit, and I know and which we had one reach out through us the other day, and sent them on over to you, and I know that I'd seen it on the list that they had gotten in with that, so that was good. And uh,
yeah. they most of everybody has been really great to just get their stuff right back to me.
Yeah, that's good. So it seems like everything's lining up pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Well, hopefully.
Anyway, well, we
So
got
behind
early.
the scenes, I
Yeah.
just wanted to say real quick so that if anybody hears us talk to Dakota in the background, Dakota is our producer in the background, and sometimes we'll holler at him to do something.
Yeah, we'll see.
And
You might not see him, but he's there.
right.
Okay.
Chris, would you mind if we show on screen that the sponsors and the
Oh, no,
spreadsheet
no
that you
problem.
had?
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, Mr. P, can you put that that sponsor spreadsheet up there for us?
Except for I think I'm going to have to get an earlier. Something happened to my vendor portion of it.
Okay. Dakota, if you can scroll over to the one that says vendor. Do you see vendor down there somewhere?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the vendor, it got wiped somehow.
Huh.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, that explains it. Well, sounds like you got a little bit of work to do, Chris,
Oh, I'll just go back to
to
that earlier
recover it, right?
spreadsheet I sent.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, that won't be no big deal. I'll just go back. But yeah, I think as of today, I think I had 61. And I think there was like, I want to say it was like 40 something that's already paid.
Okay.
So
All right. That's great.
that's great. Yeah. And then we have 22 speakers, and I want to say there's 17 or 18 demonstrations. And I'm actually opening it up to people doing on floor demonstrations instead of in a room, so where they're at their booth and they can demonstrate all day long so people can walk through and watch them.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because some of that stuff is better suited for outside.
Yeah. I know looking
Or
at
in
it,
the
I'm looking at it on my end. You know, I mean, I'm seeing so far like 22, 23 speakers, 17 demonstrators.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's, so I mean, that is awesome. Yeah, you know, but, so yeah, that is just amazing of, you know, and I'm glad you're getting that support. I'm glad people are getting involved and, you know, wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah. I think it's really awesome. I think everybody's like on the actual event that we created on Facebook, there's been over 500 or 600 people interested in going. I think it says only like 56 or something is going, but everyone else has put as interested. So that 500 or 600 is pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I think so.
absolutely. And you know, and that's
Definitely.
that's confirmed. Yeah. And you know, that as it gets closer and as interest gets spread more and more, I think that you'll see numbers begin to jump. People making their plans. You know, yeah. Early Heritage jumped in. They're saying bring some of our goats to show basic care and maintenance throughout the event. That's kind of what they had in mind. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, yeah, I know from my own, anytime you, yeah, you know, you bring goats in, you bring animals in and people can actually put their hands on them, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. And we have 80,000 square feet inside. So we have the expo center, we have 4 conference rooms, we have the balcony, we have the foyer, and then we have the whole outside around and the campground, which has, I want to say they said 33 spots. To rent one of those spots is $50, but they have to do it through the expo center. So if anyone wants to do that, they need to do that quickly because there's only 33 spots.
Right.
Now, are these vendor spots or are they camping spots? Okay, sorry, I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, camping spots. And then the outside, we can do vendors out that big bay door. from the expo center, which I've already, Jack and I've already talked. And then Red Feather Farms is setting up his own little area right in that vicinity where he's going to do meat goats and stuff like that.
Right.
Jay Ehlers is going to do woodworking, so we're going to set him up close to that. So pretty much everyone has so far where they need to be.
Right.
Okay, that's good. Is there been a lot of requests for power needs, and how is that?
Yes, there's been a lot of requests, which is great, but I not even close to filling up where it needs to be. So we have power all along both sides, and then I want to say down the center.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, bro, that's good to know.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then the food trucks, I think we have 6 or 7. We might have more than that, but I think we have 6 or 7 food trucks, and we have a circular driveway out front that they're going to pull around in. So it'll be right outside the foyer.
Oh, okay. All right. So it'll be a nice area. Yeah. That's, I know that's one of the things big time is, food and drink. And I mean, the more of that we have, the better that is for everybody coming there.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And we have some really great ones that were, actually the Okie food trucks helped me get some of them, but some of the other ones were referred to us, and we reached out, and they're all on board. What else? Oh, City of McAllister. They did the McAllister tourism post today on McAllister tourism. So that's all done. We've set it up on Travel OK. And we've also set it up on another event tourism site.
Okay, well, awesome.
So,
we'll help get some attention out there for sure. And
right. That's it. We kind of got a buzz going around it right now. I know that that several of the people that are involved in it are really excited about it. And when I've been going back and forth talking to the different speakers and everything, and I can tell that they're really excited about this event, and that's really important because it's through that outreach, through the speakers, through the sponsors, through all of that. If we're all behind this and we're all pushing it, then I think it's going to help us to have a successful event. At least that's what it looks like right now. Right. I know September's really busy.
Yeah, September's going to be crazy. I can't even imagine being y'all.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out ourselves, but no.
Yeah. And I was talking to Nutramil and Gary. I'm from Utah, and so Nutramil's from Utah, and we got talking, and he was like, yeah, we've got lots of stuff going on in September. And I'm like,
oh, I bet.
He says it's great that it's that weekend, because I think that's the only weekend we had left.
Oh, well, and did we get Nutramil on board, or are they just kind of watching to see what's going on?
I got a verbal yes, but I haven't got the documentation yet.
Okay. Well, that's still positive, really positive.
Yeah. McAllister City, I put in their proposal. I got a verbal yes from Nutramil, and there was one more that I had a verbal. But other than that, we have 5 or 6 smaller sponsors right now. We do need to get a lot more sponsors.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I see there. That's good, Jason. Thank you, for telling, the vendors around the Tulsa area about it. Cause I mean, that's, the more we can get in the vendor department, that's great. And yeah, sponsorship's a big deal. That's a big, it's, trying to put things on, out of pocket or a little bit more, but it's almost impossible. In fact,
no, that won't happen.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's, Yeah, you got to have them, and so I mean, and the fact that it is so busy, but I mean, it's of course, I mean, I get your updates when you send them out, and keeping up with who's jumped on board and everything, and it's definitely the more the merrier there. So I mean, if you're out there and if you're in there looking for something to do with that, I mean, it's definitely a good place to put the sponsorship money, and it'll pay back dividends. I mean, I know that's from just
Yeah.
visibility and people and we got to think about keeping things local and shopping local and everything. And so
Yeah.
the more of that stuff that happens on a local level, it's even better, and it just reflects good on a corporation or a company business that they're supporting the local activities going on that way. So
On that, we do have our nonprofit.
right, yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
so your 501(c)(3) is
Yep.
done.
So it is.
It's
Okay,
all done.
good.
So
Um,
that
Good.
solves a lot of tax issues. For
Right.
some
Well, and
people,
that solves a lot of sponsorship.
right off. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, some people said, "Well, it's not necessary for us. We don't need it," and other people are like, "We won't even do it."
Oh, really?
And because we're nonprofit, we had to wait for that to come in to get a website. So now that that's here, Dodge is working on the website.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah, that stuff is all great. Trying to think what else.
Let's see. Yeah, I had. Bad thing is, you get ready, you have a list of things, and then something goes sideways in your day, and yeah, your brain just leaves with it.
Yeah,
Right.
and I started school full time for my job, so
Oh my goodness.
Man,
yeah,
wow.
Wow.
yeah. So
Well,
I'm
we
going
all
to
got.
school.
Yeah, so I just want to remind everybody out there that the chat is open. If you guys got any questions for one of us, especially Chris, feel free to put it over in the live chat. We want to hear what you guys have got to say, and if y'all have got any questions out there,
Right.
we'll be happy
Absolutely.
to
Throw 'em in,
answer them to the best of our ability.
and I mean, I know that Chris and several others on the team have been killing it behind the scenes as far as making things happen, and
Mhm.
checking things off the block she's got on her spreadsheet. She's got all these things to get done, and every time I see something checked off, it's like a new X, but going
Right.
into a new mark. And haven't put we all know what that feels like to get that to done, and have that buttoned up. So I mean, that's a plus, and I know it's a lot of work goes into these events and goes into putting something like this on. That and so hats off to you on that. I know it's a major time commitment, but and so yeah, and I mean, to see it grow and to see the buzz, to hear, I mean, that's I know in talking with Jack and talking with Dwayne Hall, and a couple of others. I mean, how they're it's being watched. Oh man, what in the world just happened to my stuff?
Uh-oh, we can still see you in case
Well,
you can hear us.
popped in up on my end and it blacked me out on y'all. So anyway, as I was saying,
Okay.
people are, they're watching, and there are people
Right.
supporting. And I mean, it's,
Yeah. Now, if I remember right, Jaden Drury, do you guys
right,
remember Jaden?
right.
Yeah,
She was in our last chat.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
Homestead.
Yeah. She had reached out and thought it would be a good idea for us to go to the OLAC, right?
See,
OLAC.
yeah,
OLAC, Oklahoma Local Agricultural Collaboration. Okay, and so that's tomorrow, and I've already registered, and I know I will be there. And hopefully there's a couple of people that I want to, just kind of network with out there, and especially with Jaden, because it was kind of her idea that maybe we need to get in with them and, see what shakes out. But anyway, if anybody's got anything in particular that you want me to do at the OLAC tomorrow, I'll be happy to try to accomplish it to the best of my ability. They've already got they've already got their schedule out. I know that Leah with Homestead in a Box, she's going to be there. She's going to be speaking. She's going to be probably illustrating, I think, maybe chicken processing or something like that, and several others that are out there. And so I'll be there, and I'll do my best to see what I can find out there.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, I was scheduled to go and could.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't go.
We got your back.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were
take care.
excited about it.
Yeah, that was one that's one that Keith's going to have to handle on his own. Unable to make that one myself, and so he'll go represent the team.
Yeah.
Both at the farm to
Yeah.
table and at the
Right.
ranch. But it's and that's the thing. I mean, we've had to discuss it a lot with our own stuff and with the channel and stuff. I mean, you get people aware of it, that it's going on, and that it is going on. It's not an idea. It's a happening thing, and it's there. That goes a long ways. And September is huge busy. We're gonna be burning up the between burning up the road and then trying to do some shows in there in the middle of that. So and actually even all the way up, it seems like it's that far out, but it's really not when it comes time to trying to get things done. We were putting our schedule together and trying to figure out, when we could have everybody in. And it's like, you think it's a long way out, and you start counting how many shows you can pull off in that amount of time. And you realize, it really ain't that many.
No.
Right.
No, I was counting it down, and we have as much time into it already as what we have left.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That don't even seem real.
It doesn't.
So I remember that there was a question out there. I talked to Restoration Farms, and one of the things I think they wanted to know was, they the only ones doing homesteading? I'm sorry, not homeschooling.
Homeschooling, yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And so we're supposed to have them on on the 11th of June. Okay. Right. And they have just finished up a really busy schedule, and they're beginning to work on, their materials for homeschooling. And, they just kind of wanted to know, that. I don't know if they reached out to you or not, Chris. They're real busy, but.
No. Well, I had talked to Ashley because someone else had said that she wanted to do it. And Ashley's like, oh, well, we're already doing homeschooling. So I had misunderstood Ashley. That was my bad, because I thought they were doing herbal identification. Okay.
Well, they're perfectly capable of doing all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's, I tell people all the time, it's like, you better clear some mental real estate when you sit down to have a conversation with them too, because
they're
the knowledge they possess and the learning that's going to happen is
right.
a lot.
I think that's the most exciting part about this whole thing, is we have so many people that know their stuff that are just, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. And the willingness to share it,
Oh, yeah.
And that's a big thing with, I can safely say probably all of the speakers that have jumped on board, and is that, that willingness to teach, or that willingness to share and help others succeed, which is, part of what I think makes the homestead community so unique, is that it's not viewed as competition so much as it is community and trying to help each other out. And,
of course.
And that goes a long ways. And, it's, fortunately, it's worked out that, quite a few of the other things going on in this region are not seeming to overlap at this point.
Right, conflict. Yeah.
As far as
we've kind of had a few that are going to overlap a little bit, but I think with everybody's different perspectives on it, I think it's still going to give us a lot of information.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's good. I know it's, we were kind of laughing earlier. It's like, looking at scheduling, saying, okay, how many people are going to talk about the same thing? And even if they do, is it a different approach?
Possibly. Right.
Yeah.
So on a little different topic, what about volunteers? How is that going?
Not so great. I think we have, with my family, I think we have probably 7 so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to need more than that.
Yeah,
yeah.
promise. So
Yeah.
that's something that definitely is going to have to be pushed out, bro. Is
And
the need for
another thing is I have reached out to multiple like 4-H and FFA and stuff groups to see if they would be interested in doing a fundraiser for a pancake breakfast on Saturday morning for the homesteads, like the YouTube, all of that, to get together.
Right.
And I have not one interested. So if anyone knows of any group that would be interested,
Right. That's something we're going to have to think over. Something that's compatible, that has a mutual interest, right?
Right. And I mean,
A group that
I would,
has that.
like I said, I mean, in our, in our private texting and, the committee, team group stuff that we've talked, I really kind of was surprised that, like I said, the local FFA, 4-H, but again, that takes, I mean, the kids maybe one, but that takes the parents, that takes the
yeah,
adults,
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, and I know it's a big thing. When I coached, we were at every function, pancake breakfasts, we did them all. And they would rake in $400 or $500.
Right.
But it's also in September.
Right. Football.
Mhm.
Football,
There's
FFA
that.
shows,
Right. It's
state
Right.
fairs.
yeah, there's a lot going on. It's a busy month, and
Yeah.
and that's, but yeah, Oklahoma's got some better weather than other places, but there is a limited amount of time. When you start planning, you've kind of got to stick it on the calendar. I referenced before, I had an event back mid-April, and I had picked a date. It wasn't even the date I originally wanted. It was the date I could get the campground for what we were doing, and
Mhm.
it didn't look like anything was going on. And that turned out that had to have been the busiest weekend in the area where I live. That
Right.
was because turned out everybody had something going on. All these different organizations were doing stuff that same weekend. And it's like,
Wow.
what? Where was this 3 months ago when I was looking, and it's just like,
Right.
man, so it
Right.
is, scheduling is a tough thing, and there's always going to be that. But I just think that, when you start, I mean, the more word gets out, and as people, especially like Keith said earlier, the speakers, the vendors, the sponsors that are getting behind you on this, Chris, and us included, the more we share this, the more we get the word out, the more interest gets drummed up about it. And,
Right.
and like I said, particularly for, uh, Southeast Oklahoma, that southeastern corner, even the southwestern corner of Arkansas, upper part of Texas, it's not that far.
No.
And I'll promise, I will promise you are not going to get that kind of deal for a better price anywhere. $10 a ticket. That is just,
Oh, no kidding.
No. No,
yeah,
that's
I
true.
promise you are not. I have looked at ticket cost and stuff across the country for these things, and
Yeah.
you can put some more zeros out there for some of them. And I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Mhm.
and I mean, it's so to get that kind of deal and to be able to have that time. And now something we've talked about last time that, I mean, you're doing a little bit different than some of the others do, is the farmers market and the trade, the outdoors, where people can bring their livestock animals, that type of thing.
Yeah, we want to do like the swap meet,
Right.
farmers market. I still have to get all my ducks in a row for that. So
Right.
Bridget with pharmacy, she said she would help me if I need her to, and I possibly will reach out to her for that.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of licensing that has to go on for that.
Okay. But
Once I have it,
well,
then
then you're good to go, right? And
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
So, well, yeah, that's definitely good to be able to resource that out to somebody who's went through it already, and
Mhm.
Well, I think she actually teaches on it.
oh, well, even better.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, because I mean, I know, and I know some of the ones, Jaden and some of the different ones that do the farmers markets and stuff in the area. Probably also another good resource information right there on
Yes,
that.
they are.
Yeah.
And people don't. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Even I have no clue really, but I mean, it's the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes to put those kind of things on, as legally and everything, because I know they have to be approved kind of thing.
Yeah, the legality of everything has been 10 times more than we ever thought it needed to be.
Really?
Oh yeah, and the insurance, if you have one kids thing on there, it is, if you have a bounce house, it raises your insurance from $140 to $540.
Wow.
Well, yeah, chances of injury, I guess they figure is
Yeah,
up.
that's true. And you have to have it to even rent the place. So
Wow. You know, I mean, it does really kind of catch your attention about, what, what all's involved in that for sure. And
yeah.
so again, hats off on being willing to do that. Bro, I guess we kind of probably ought to get into kind of what we've got coming up for the next 90,
Right.
next 3 months.
Right.
It's in direct connection to this, and so we can kind of go over that, and Chris can kind of get a little bit of the share. I mean, I've kind of messaged her a few things that we've been working on, but just general, nothing real specific. But so I'll let you you've got the calendar. I'll let you kind of roll that bean footage.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna. You guys won't be able to see it, but I am going to pull up my calendar. Hi, Leah. Okay, the calendar. All right, in the calendar right now we're in May. Of course, the next thing that we've got, which is the 28th of May, is going to be Jack Dyer, and I think we're going to focus mostly on talking about freeze drying. We may mention something a little bit about the chicken processing, but one of the things that I wanted to say is that our idea behind this is to give an appetizer, but especially those who are sponsoring, those people who are pushing this event, the speakers and anybody else that's involved in this. Whenever we've got these things, if we can all collectively get behind this, we need your help to kind of push these interviews so that more people will see them, and hopefully that will turn into it will turn into a better turnout. That's the hope anyway. So all right, so we are in May, and so like I said, we've got Jack Dyer. It'll be next Tuesday, 7 p.m. And we've already arranged that with Jack.
So saying the event's already out on Facebook, so and all that stuff, right? So yeah,
that event's already there,
right?
And then we've got Restoration Farms, June the 11th. That'll be here, and of course they're going to be talking on homeschooling,
right?
And then I hope I don't butcher this, but Lorraine Siak is going to be on on Tuesday, the 25th of June, and then we've got let's see, and then July we've got David, and I think he pronounces it Tomming or Thomming, with Arrowhead. That's going to be here, and then on the 23rd we've got Dwayne Hall with Red Feather Farms, and then we've got in August we've got Secret Garden Farm on the 6th, and on the 20th we've got Morgan Hendricks that'll be here, and let's see, and we've had to expand out, I know, into September. We're going to kind of try to cut it off in August, but I just couldn't turn these down. We've got Lauren Denny that's going to be here on the 10th of September, and then we've got Holly and David Lacey that's tentatively set up for the 17th, which is exactly 1 week later than that. And then I've got at least a couple more that are in the wings right now that we've got to set up dates with. And I've just had another one that's come in. Monty Shrunk. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, I started saying,
And
yeah, Lee said, slacker me, I'll get with you in a season.
okay, you got to get with me, Leah, because it's filling up. Like I said, the ones that
Yeah,
we had thought that, we'll do good to fill them up this much, those are already filled up and we're beginning to
yeah,
expand out the
yeah.
interviews.
The
And so,
original idea was every other Tuesday,
right,
give us time in between and work our schedules and stuff. But yeah, it's uh, uh, and don't worry, Leah. But anyway, yeah, that's a big deal. Thank you, Earlies. Yeah, that's um, um, getting people in
right,
to enter, let people know who they are, meet them. I mean, for us, even, and but particularly the topics they're talking about, and kind of being able to show off that a little bit,
right,
and get more information out, and like I said, just overall, just like earlier said, getting those names out there, and um, you know,
right,
we're growing that community a little bit tighter and a little bit bigger. And so, yeah, we've it. I ain't gonna say it shouldn't surprise me, I guess. I mean, but at the same time, it was like, how quickly it was like these dates just started popping in, and it was like, Jack
mhm,
was quick to reach out to us, and Dwayne and several others, and a lot of people, and just email time, and it's we, a week seems like it's not that long, but
no,
it pops off pretty quick. So when you got people wanting dates, but which we're loving, it's great for us too. So we get to spend time with each person. So
right. I just wanted to talk to Leah a minute. Get
yeah,
others you've never talked to. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're definitely do that because most of them on there we haven't talked to. But I just want to say, Leah, what a wonderful interview you are, and so we're always enthused to have you on there.
right.
Don't think that we ain't got no room for you. That ain't true.
But anyway, yeah, it's booked up, and of course, we talked about September, and originally was going to kind of not do any because the travel schedule is so heavy. And we're talking about Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, which is at the end of September on the 20. Is that the 27th and 28th?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've
Right,
said it enough times I should know it. But
right,
on the opening weekend, well, actually, yeah, let's see, it's the let me get my dates here. The 6th and 7th, we're going to be up in Ozark, up in outside of Springfield, Missouri, at the Ozark Homesteading Expo up there.
yeah,
A little more details to come on that. We're supposed to be meeting with or home meeting with Cheryl Gender,
Cheryl, yeah,
founder of that, and had reached out to us, and we're hoping to we'll be up there, and then of course the Urban Expo in Oklahoma City on the 15th. That's being handled a little differently. This is not which is fine. It's great. It's a smaller operation, so it's a 1 day thing on Sunday the 15th.
all right,
Definitely worth going to. It's it's got a good lineup of speakers, and it's going to be a good event there as well. But so with all that, we were like, well, we weren't going to plan shows, but the demand is there, so we'll make it happen, and
right,
get more
and
people promoting the
and there's
rendezvous, and pushing that all the way through to the end. So
right, and I think it's worthwhile to pay attention to other things that's going on out there because I'll see these events that have popped up around me, and I'm like, I had no clue that they were even doing it, and so a person really could spend probably every weekend going to something
oh,
related to homesteading. It's just that much
absolutely.
growth that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
And
so
yeah, and I mean, I was looking at stuff. I mean, of course, we're like anybody. We can only go, so many places, so many times a year, and but October doesn't slow down. It might slow down here directly, but uh, Tennessee, Kentucky, there's I know Indiana. They're just a lot of them. In fact, Modern Homesteading Conference is coming up next month in Coeur d'Alene. And so, there's just so many that go on throughout, even well into the fall, that are just, like I said, a person could stay busy, and that's not counting, smaller ones that are popping up in these little communities and stuff that are just, it's almost impossible to keep it up. Craig, not yet. We're trying.
Right.
Work schedules and budgets keep us from traveling more than
Or, but that's increasing. It's increased over time. But we are allotting more room for that sort of thing, getting out and actually making friends and meeting people, which brings something up. Any of you guys out there who are interested in the social media side, that's going to be a part. That's going to be a part of our interview processes. We're going to be asking each one of them, some of the things that they're doing to grow their channel. I know that there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of homesteaders out here that have channels. They're interested in growing their channel, and and I want to give a lot of credit, to Chris, because Chris does a whole lot behind the scenes to push out other channels, and
Oh, yeah.
and as they've been saying, maybe the algorithms won't push us up, so we just have to do it for ourselves, right? So,
Right. Well, yeah.
um,
In fact, it's quite the opposite. And yeah, Craig, it's believe me, it's like we would love to be at all of them just from the hanging out and the fun. And it's like you start looking through speaker lists, and you're like, oh, I remember that person. Oh, I've met that person. But it is just, man,
Right.
I was talking with Dwayne from Red Feather, and he was like, man, I tried to catch up with y'all at Oki, but it was just too busy between schedules. And I'm like, man, we're there to talk to people.
Yeah.
And don't get to talk to everybody we want to talk to. So I mean, it's very challenging. And pay for Facebook sponsorship, target the audience for September Rendezvous. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Actually, Leah, maybe this is it. I don't know if anybody cares or not, but whenever we have a speaker or an interview like that, we're already pushing through Facebook sponsorship
Right.
for the interviews, just to try to get some messages out. And if anybody's got any, good ideas about how to set up, to target those audiences, right, beat the algorithm, as
Yeah.
Leah's saying there. And we do that. We try to push it that way. Mainly what we're doing to try to push that out in the Facebook algorithms or in the Facebook sponsors or boosts. We're targeting like audiences. Okay. And so whenever we're ticking all the boxes about our demographic or our target, we're saying people just like who follow us. That's who we kind of do that. Now, I've been hitting Oklahoma and all of the surrounding states. That's generally where we push out to, because I think that's probably where the most bang for the buck is going to happen with most people who's going to be interested in coming in. Although there are people who are traveling great distances a lot to go to these
Yeah,
things,
I sort of
and
say, yeah,
so
shout out to our friends up at E&D. They're up in Iowa, and
yeah,
they traveled down before, and I know he's fighting some health issues, so prayers out to them guys. But
yeah,
he's mentioned about the possibility of saying about trying to make it down this area
right.
again. So I mean, people
And
are
so we
willing,
can't
you
we can't rule it out, but primarily, if anybody else has had any experience with that,
right.
holler at
And-
me, email me, text me, whatever. Get with me in PM
Well,
to let me know how you guys target, if y'all have got any
right.
better
And
experience
I'll
with that
say,
than I do.
I mean, the freest um, um, the freest thing is those that do follow us and those that do follow the rendezvous and um, that type of stuff. Uh, when y'all share with y'all's audience, and y'all share with y'all's followers, y'all share with that just puts another circle out around
Right. Yeah,
because
that's right.
um, somebody who's got 5 or 10,000 or whatever number of people that follow or that they're engaged with, that's a big chunk of domino that gets information in front of them, and that's literally free. That's a click, that's a share, it's a like. And but yeah, the ones that have been doing the recommendations and highlighting other homesteads, that is great. And that just, the more of that goes on, man, just the more people become aware that there's people out there that are,
All right.
like I said, we've been blown away for the last, year plus of finding out how many are actually out here.
Yeah.
Urban Heritage, posting intros for the event, speakers, demonstrators, sponsors, a great way to get them sharing to their personal audience, drive more traffic back to the event pages. Yeah, and that's um, kind of the idea behind these interviews, is to get those that are behind the scene, as they're speaking and such, that hey, it gets them out. But then, yeah, they're going to share, and their people are going to see it, and they're going to share it, and it's just more. It's all about growing the rendezvous and growing the community.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
that's what it's about.
Yeah. Now, Early, I'd like to call you by your first name. I don't want to just call you Early. What's your name? Because I want to address you personally. But you were saying posting. Okay. You were saying that posting intros. Um, are you talking about like in the first few? Oh, Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. So Melissa, are you talking about just in the first few seconds of every video, or what exactly do you mean by posting intros? If you can spell that out for me, I'm a little slow.
Um, that's Leah said your rooster's cracking. Your rooster's cracking her up, Chris. So
Oh my gosh, he doesn't shut up.
Really? I'm thinking,
Every
isn't it
2
time to go to
seconds.
I think
sleep?
it's perfect, but what do I?
All night long.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
That
really?
his clock's broke. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he has a clock. He's just broken.
Okay. Can you read that, bro? Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she says, I mean, on Facebook page so they can share to their own pages and get a new target audience. Yeah. We try to, do that, especially like when we're 1 week out basically for Jack Dyer, and we've already got it and we've already tagged him in it so that, that introduction has already been put out there. We will probably do like some shorts or reels or things like that to push next Tuesday's event. And she's saying like flyers to introduce them. Are you talking about like the flyers that you
Facebook
just put
flyer.
out on the page, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, that's a good idea, and I appreciate that, Melissa.
Yeah. And,
I'll get right on it.
yeah, he's the technical guy. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's code man. Yeah. Paper flyers that get out. I mean, that gets I mean, it's not pricey. I mean, gonna say it's pricey, but I mean that's a manpower thing as well. I mean, getting that out is honestly a manpower thing. And as Chris said, manpower is on shortage right now. So
Oh yeah.
and I will
Yeah.
say this, it is the volunteers
Since
gotta have it. But
Right. Okay. Right. And I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I just wanted to, let everybody know that's just come in or whatever, that volunteers are very needed right now. We're very, very limited on the number of volunteers that we have already confirmed. And right at this point, it's Chris's family. Okay. But we need a lot of other volunteers that can show up and help out. I don't know. I don't even begin to know exactly how many do you think that would take, Chris, to do an efficient job, right? We don't know.
I'm not all positive because our committee pretty much is speakers and have vendors and stuff. So that's gonna be their priorities. So we're gonna need probably, I want to say 20 vendors or
20.
volunteers at least.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2-day event. We go from 10 to 6.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe.
they're not letting us set up until either the evening before or the early morning before.
So okay. The early morning before is
The
perfect.
early morning of or the evening before.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make us set up after what time? Do you know?
I think
so
we can
this
be
would
there
be on
anytime
Thursday.
on Thursday. I think we can be there anytime on Thursday, but it depends because the gentleman I talked to is no longer there anymore, and he thought his boss would charge me for another full day for setup.
So he wanted to charge you
Wow.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, and they already charged me $1,000 more than what they said they were going to.
Oh, wow. I wonder
Nice.
how that works. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, well, if that's what we need to do, I know we have a 20 by 20 footprint and for what we're doing there. So, but we're pretty good about setting ourselves up. That brings up another issue. Have we got anything like security that's going to be there? Like,
So I do know that the city of McAllister said that they can help with that as far as getting there's a security. I'm not positive how they said it. It was either a security company or it was the expo security, but I know that somebody will have to either be there or I will have to find someone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something probably we need to explore further because, a lot of people that set up the night before, including us, have some pretty high dollar equipment. So,
Right.
I mean, we don't leave certain parts there, but there are other parts there that I would probably cry all night if I
Yeah.
lost.
All night. Are you crazy?
But anyway, I know, that at Oki Expo, I know that the police presence there, the city said that they was going to kick up the police, presence around that at nighttime. So, maybe we can get some cooperation in that area. Now, Mr. Producer said, how would people get a hold of them to volunteer?
They can get a hold of us on the Facebook page, or they can message me, or they can call me. My number's out there flying around. They can email the OK Homestead Rendezvous at yahoo.com email.
Mhm.
Any of our committee team, which is Leah, Ashley, Jaden, Maria, and Marcia and Becky.
Right.
And you
Right.
guys.
And us. Guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
It's,
hit any of us up. We'll
yeah.
help you with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous on Facebook. Like you said, that's OK Homestead Rendezvous at yahoo.com. And of course, like I said, any of, any of, here at the Farm to Table Direct Show, you can hit us up as well. And so we can link that in. Even if we don't have the answer, we can link you over to the person who does. So,
Right.
But, so yeah, definitely. Because again, like I said, it takes it takes a big team to put this together. And right now, it's been a lot of conversation, a lot of messaging, and a lot of cheering.
Right.
But it's also been a lot of footwork. But when it comes to boots on the
Right.
ground, that week it's when it's really gonna.
Matter.
Those of you that have been to other type events like this, parking, tickets, picking up the trash, taking the trash out. Just every bit of that stuff that it takes. It takes so many people to put together. And I know, well, I'll ask this offline. So say it was, we're still working on putting together. I know you're still working on putting together the lineup. And I had asked you the other day, I think it's, each one, as you said, was an hour to an hour and a half, depending on their needs on the speakers. So
Yes.
yeah. So you're going to get a lot of time to actually get to hear these people. It's not going to be a rushed event.
I got some.
Yeah.
I got some feedback on that, and they thought maybe 45 minutes to an hour was probably a good limitation on that.
Right.
If anybody else in chat over there's got any ideas about what they're used to experiencing, I thought it was probably 1 hour slots. but
Yeah. So when I started
Yeah.
out, it was 1 hour slots, but actually, I've had a few people say I need a lot more time than that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Were
Well-
they
And actually-
demonstrating?
Yeah. Well, I think they're doing a little bit of both. But there is one that said I can only do a half an hour. So I have
Okay.
that too.
Oh, wow. Right.
So, I mean, that's the, well, we'll make, I mean, that's the thing about making that work in there. I mean, uh, the mind can only absorb what the butt can endure.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, it's not to be mean. It's just the facts. I mean, people start getting, the absorption. And I think that's the difference though, between demonstration versus just, some clown like me standing up there talking about it. It's,
Right.
Well, and we have 4 rooms and
Right.
we have the floor. So
there'll be a lot of options there to
Yeah.
fill that space in. So, I mean, it's, so again, that is the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, September 27
7
and 28,
28. Mhm.
in McAllister, Oklahoma, at the Southeast Expo Center. Restoration. Hey guys, thanks for joining in. Glad to see you. Glad to see you chime in. About 45
Right.
minutes, 15-minute Q&A is what they're used to. Okay.
Right.
and
Thank you
that's,
for that.
yeah, thanks for putting that in there. Yeah, it's, that's the thing that, I think is, we'll always add, even here, a chime in, a text, you get a question and that question can add in, sometimes the questions are complex or sometimes they're simple, but,
Mhm.
Right.
so,
Mhm.
but I'm glad you got that flexibility of the window even then. I mean, it kind of leaves it to the presenter. I mean, if they're a little shorter, a little longer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but, so
Yeah.
I'll ask the question. Not that I'm sticking my hand in the air, but I'll I'll ask the question. Any as far as MC or how you put even into that thought process yet?
Mm.
I have not. That is something I need to put on the to-do list.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Normally wouldn't do that live on air, but it just kind of went across my brain as there.
No, that's
I
totally
better
cool.
ask it now.
That's it.
I'm not against having input because I don't know everything and I'm learning like everybody else. I've done lots of events, but nothing to this stature.
Right.
Right.
This blew
Yeah.
up way too fast.
Yeah. Wasn't
Yeah.
prepared for that, huh?
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
That's what I say. You
Right.
be a little more careful about what you.
About my big mouth. Yeah.
Trust me, can't
Yeah.
say nothing. Been there, done that too many times. But anyway, well, like I said, I mean, everybody is. I mean, I know we're excited, and it's a lot of effort. And like I said, we'll be here before we know it. And I know others are. There's a lot of excitement buzzing. And we just got to continue. Helping each other out and
Yeah.
pushing the word out first and foremost, and the shares. Anytime, and I know Chris has been doing a real good job of posting the different speakers and the sponsors, their logos and stuff up on Facebook and
Mhm.
and pushing
Yeah.
stuff.
If
Yeah.
nobody, if you haven't got me your logo, get it done because I need them.
Yeah, get
Need
the
them right now.
I know.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So I want to take a little time and thank Chris for showing up tonight to kind of give us an update and kind of give us a feel for where the team is at, and also I would like to say that I think we should maybe do this at least once a month. If you got any special news that you think needs to be shared out there, holler at us. We'll set something up. We'll try to push it out there
Right.
and yeah, so that this is part of building communities, having these little meetings behind, not necessarily behind the scenes, because anybody who clicks on it can see it, but what they can see is that we're moving, we're doing stuff behind the scenes, and what do they say, that activity breeds activity. So let's have
Yeah.
some activity. How about that?
Yeah, and so certainly be praying for everybody involved in that. Particularly pray for Chris that she doesn't have she doesn't collapse between now and then.
Right.
Pray for
Right.
Dodge.
Pray for Dodge. Yeah,
Right.
that's who we need to pray for.
I was praying for y'all on those snakes the other day,
No
Chris.
kidding.
Oh, Oh, we got 4 more today.
Wow,
So
It's
9
crazy.
so far in 2
Oh,
days.
wow.
man.
Right. Right after that happened, and I told you to be careful, walked outside. Now, it wasn't a dangerous snake. I think it was a rat snake. So I go to my truck door. We're parked on concrete, and it's right there at my doorway, just stretched out right in front of it. And I'm like, okay, he's looking at me. I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, who's going to move first? And he started to move first, but he was going to crawl up in the frame of my truck. And so I had to run and get a broom and kind of knock him outside. I didn't kill him because he wasn't poisonous. He's one of our helper snakes, but
Right.
I, snakes still creep me out. So the further they are from me, the better I like it. So
Right.
anyway, and I've seen a lot of people talking about the snakes that are out there, but I don't want to get off topic here. I just wanted to
No,
tell you that we
yeah.
prayed for you about your snake situation.
Oof. We need
Yes,
prayers
brother.
for that.
Yeah.
Were the other ones moccasins also?
Yeah, they were all.
They're all moccasins.
Yep.
Man, oh man.
Yep.
Man.
And we don't have a clue how many more is out there.
Right.
Of course.
Now, is that
Plenty.
like a pond or a runoff or?
Yeah, it's a big pond that was built back forever ago, because this land was raw land. It's never been built on before.
Oh,
And
okay.
so yeah, it's been haven to Water Moccasin City for Lord
Yeah.
knows over how long.
Nobody there
Wow.
to butt it.
No.
Right.
No,
Right.
my dog was out there swimming in the pond, and I was throwing a temper tantrum to get him out of the pond. And
Right.
wow.
Yeah, my
Oh, great.
goodness.
Well, as I said earlier, the brain can only endure what, or can absorb what the rear end can endure. So I think we probably need to, close this down for the night. We've crossed our hour mark, and
Let's
so
yeah.
love chatting. It's fun, and we can sit here and talk about this. But
Yeah.
it is a Tuesday night, and people got school and work and all those other good things.
Yeah.
The rooster's going to be crowing.
Yeah, there's snake killing to do tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, listen, Chris, again, thanks for joining us, coming in with us. And I know it was kind of, we tried to do this last week, just my work schedule didn't let go. And, this week it did. So, and thanks for everybody that chimed in and joined in and commented. That's the fun. That's the secret to making this, work is the participation of everybody. So,
Right.
Anyway, bro, I'm, like I said, starting next Tuesday, every other Tuesday from now till the end of August. And then there's going to be a couple of extras and a few others spiced in there.
Right.
We will be here 7:00 Tuesday nights, every other Tuesday. And if somebody jumps in, if we fill in a week in there somewhere, we'll get that out so people know you can make your plans. And, so that's that. And Ozark Homestead Expo, first week of September, Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, which is what we're here talking about tonight, the last weekend in September. Urban Expo in Oklahoma City at the State Fair in the middle of that. So that's
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. Yeah, on a Sunday. Oh, man, Modern Homesteading Conference coming up. I know there's Joel Salatin's, I think, is later in the year. There's several others, and I'll try to get a better schedule. I had for a while, I was working on it, and I lost track of pretty much everything. But we will get all that stuff. Well, you've got to stay on it. It changes all the time. And
Get with it, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got to get with it. I got to get back. Hey, listen, man, I'll tell you, that back injury threw me out, dude. That was that killed me. But anyway, so that's it. And man, again, it's just, I can't believe how much is happening around this. It's awesome. But guys, we're going to get it on out of here. Bro, any last thoughts?
Nope. Just prepare for the unexpected
and
keep it local.
We were all off on that one.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Peace
Thanks.
out.
Bye.
Bye, Chris.